My dear one, have you ever shared something precious from your heart, only to feel a strange emptiness afterward? Maybe you opened up about a dream, a hope, or a tender feeling, and instead of feeling supported, you felt a little smaller, a little more unsure. That's not your fault. So many of us were never taught how sacred our inner world is. We were never told that not every person deserves front row access to our soul. But now you are here, and it is my joy to remind you of something very important. Silence can be one of the most powerful acts of self-love you ever choose. There is strength in what you hold back. There is protection in what you reserve for yourself. And sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is to keep certain parts of your journey quiet, just for now. Today, I want to talk to you about 5 things that are better kept sacred. Not because you're hiding, but because you're healing, because you're growing, because your energy is precious, and you don't need to scatter it for others to understand your worth. Let's begin with something I know many of you have done with the best of intentions: sharing your dreams. Oh, how beautiful and bold your dreams are. They come from your spirit. They are visions given to you in love, to pull you toward your purpose. But my darling, dreams are tender when they are born. They are like little seeds just placed into the soil. Would you take a seed you just planted and dig it up every day to show it to someone? No, because that seed needs warmth, privacy, and time to take root. In the same way, your dreams need space to grow strong before they're ready for the world. You may feel excited about a new vision for your life. Maybe you want to start a business, write a book, move to a new city, or change your career. And that joy bubbles up inside you, and you want to tell someone. But then, maybe they look at you with doubt. Maybe they say, "Are you sure?" Or, "That's too risky." Or worse, they don't respond at all. That tiny flicker of self-belief begins to dim. Not because your dream was wrong, but because you handed it to someone who couldn't see what you saw. It's not their fault. They just haven't been given your vision. That dream was given to you, not them. So protect it. Speak it gently to yourself. Write it in your journal. Pray over it. Water it with belief. Let it rise quietly until it becomes undeniable. There's a powerful affirmation you can speak right now. I protect my dreams until they are strong enough to fly. Feel the comfort of that truth. Let it settle in your heart. You do not owe anyone an explanation for what your spirit is leading you toward, and you never have to rush to prove the worth of your dream. Trust that when it is ready, the right people will see it, and they'll celebrate it because it's already taken root in your own soul. Now let's talk about something even more vulnerable: your pain. We live in a world that tells us to be strong, move on, or stay positive, no matter what we're going through. And in the process, many of us were never taught how to handle our pain with gentleness. So we end up telling our deepest wounds to people who are not equipped to hear them. We spill our tears into hands that don't know how to hold them. And then we wonder why we feel more broken afterward. Let me be clear, my love. It is healthy to speak about your pain. It is beautiful to be vulnerable. But vulnerability is sacred. It deserves a sacred space. You don't have to tell everyone your story in order to heal. You don't need to post your breakdown to prove you're human. Healing is not a performance. It's an intimate process, and not everyone is meant to walk with you through it. Maybe you've shared something deeply personal, and the person you told didn't understand. Maybe they changed the subject, minimized your feelings, or made it about them. And in that moment, you didn't just feel unheard, you felt unseen. That kind of pain is confusing, but it's also a wake-up call. It's a reminder that your emotions are precious, and they should be met with compassion, not confusion. So if you've ever felt guilty for staying silent about your pain, I want you to release that now. It's not wrong to be selective. In fact, it's wise. You deserve to share your story only in spaces where it will be honored. A beautiful way to begin healing is to start with yourself. Speak to your own heart. Mirror work is a gentle practice you can use each day. Stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes and say, "It is safe to be honest with myself first." You don't need an audience for your truth. You just need a safe space. And you can begin by creating that space within you. And here's a healing affirmation to carry with you. I allow my heart to speak in safe, loving spaces. Let that guide you. Let it shape how you choose your conversations and your confidants. Your pain does not make you weak. It makes you human. But your boundaries, that makes you wise. Give your heart the love it deserves by protecting its most delicate parts. Let's gently move now to something that often goes unnoticed, the way we give. Giving is such a beautiful thing. It feels natural to want to help, support, and lift others. But sometimes we give and give and give, and we begin to feel tired, unappreciated, or even resentful. That's a sign. It means we may be giving with an open hand, but holding unspoken expectations in our heart. We may want acknowledgement, gratitude, or even a certain response. And when it doesn't come, we feel hurt. But my dear one, true giving is not about what comes back. It's about the love we put into it in the first place. Let me ask you something gently. Have you ever done something kind for someone and then later felt frustrated that they didn't say thank you or return the favor? That's not wrong. It's human. But it's also a clue that your energy might be tied to the outcome, not the intention. And here's the truth that can free you. When you give from your heart with no expectation, the universe always gives it back to you in ways you never imagined. Try this affirmation. I give freely and trust the universe to bless me in return. Let it soften your heart. Let it shift your energy. You are not responsible for how others receive your love. You are only responsible for the love you give. Think of a flower. It does not bloom so the world will praise it. It blooms because blooming is its nature. You, too, can give from that place of wholeness, not to be noticed, but because it is who you are. And if you've ever felt like your kindness was taken for granted, I want you to hear me clearly. It wasn't wasted. Nothing given in love is ever wasted. The energy you send out with an open heart finds its way back to you in divine timing. So, my dear, give when your heart is full, not when it feels empty. And give without strings so that your spirit stays light. Now take a breath. Inhale love. Exhale peace. Let these truths wash over you gently. You are learning how to protect what is sacred, how to honor your dreams, your emotions, and your generous spirit. This is not about hiding. It is about healing, and you are doing it beautifully. Keep walking gently, and remember, what you keep sacred grows stronger in the silence. There's something else that I want to share with you, and it comes from a very tender place. It's about your spiritual life. your connection with the divine, your sacred rituals, your quiet moments of prayer, or the beautiful ways you've learned to speak to the universe. These are deeply personal. They are private doorways to your soul. But sometimes we feel the need to explain or defend our spiritual practices, especially when others around us do not understand or agree. And in trying to explain the sacred, we often end up feeling smaller, less certain, even embarrassed about something that once made us feel so alive. That, my dear, is a sign. Not everything holy is meant to be shared. Your spiritual connection is a precious gift. It doesn't need to be proven to anyone. It doesn't need to be debated or discussed if that drains your light. There is no requirement to post your prayers, prove your beliefs, or make your journey understandable to others. Your path is your own. It is your sanctuary. And sometimes, when you open that sanctuary too widely, people come in with their opinions, their skepticism, their judgments, and suddenly, something that once felt like home now feels like a battlefield. That's not what your soul needs. You can love people and still keep your spiritual practices to yourself. You can sit in meditation, speak to God, light a candle, write affirmations, or read sacred words without needing to announce it. Not because it's a secret, but because it's sacred. There is a very real power in keeping the most meaningful parts of your inner life tucked close to your heart. I invite you to speak this truth over yourself. My spiritual path is my personal sanctuary. Say it with reverence. Feel how it gives you permission to protect the divine space within you. And if you've ever felt misunderstood for your spiritual journey, release that now. It's okay if they don't get it. It's okay if they question you. Their confusion has nothing to do with your clarity. Let your light be enough for you, even when no one else sees it. You can imagine your spiritual life like a flame within a glass lantern. It glows, it warms, it guides, but it is protected. It doesn't need to burn wildly in the open to prove it exists. It simply shines where it is, and that is more than enough. Now let's talk about something that touches so many hearts, though it often goes unspoken. It's the experience of growing, healing, learning, and realizing that not everyone in your life is doing the same. Maybe you've begun to shift. Maybe you've stopped complaining, stopped gossiping, stopped engaging in things that once felt normal. Maybe you're starting to set boundaries. You're choosing peace over drama. Growth has changed you. And now, you notice the people around you looking at you differently. Some pull away. Some resist. Some criticize. And it hurts. You might want to explain yourself. You might want to show them all the things you're learning and how much better you feel. You want them to come with you, but they're not ready. And when you try to bring them along, you feel the weight of their resistance. It starts to feel like you're dragging your joy uphill. That is not your burden to carry. One of the most freeing lessons you will ever learn is this: you are not responsible for other people's awakening. You cannot force someone to grow. You cannot rush someone into healing. You cannot convince someone to want more for themselves. And that's not cruelty, it's compassion. Because just like you needed your own time, space, and journey to become who you are now, so do they. You don't have to share your growth with those who have not yet chosen theirs. You can keep walking in light while loving them from a distance. You can show them what's possible without needing them to understand your every step. And when you meet resistance, Remind yourself that it's not rejection, it's reflection. They are seeing in you what they have not yet seen in themselves. Here's an affirmation to ground your heart in this truth. I honor my journey and allow others to walk theirs. Say it softly. Let it lift the pressure off your shoulders. You are allowed to outgrow places, people, and conversations that no longer align with your spirit. That doesn't make you better than them. It just means you're listening to your soul. And the more you listen, the more peace you'll find. Imagine a butterfly trying to pull a caterpillar out of its cocoon. It's impossible. The cocoon has to break when they are ready. And if you break it for them, you interrupt their transformation. So instead of pushing or persuading, just keep flying. Keep glowing. Keep loving. And trust that your light plants a seed in them that may bloom when the time is right. And now, let us explore something powerful, something often forgotten, yet always present. The connection between your thoughts, your words, your emotions, and your physical body. This is the beautiful truth of your being. You are not just skin and bones. You are energy. You are frequency. And the words you speak, even the ones you whisper to yourself, shape the world around you. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts to your thoughts? Think about a time you felt truly joyful. Maybe you danced, smiled, or felt light as air. Now think of a time when your thoughts were heavy. Maybe you felt tired, tense, or even sick. That is not coincidence. That is connection. The mind and the body are always in conversation, and the words you speak are the bridge between them. When you speak kindly to yourself, your body responds with ease. When you speak fear or criticism, your body tightens, holds its breath, and carries stress. So when we talk about protecting what we share, it's not only about protecting your dreams or emotions from others, it's about protecting your own vibration. Because every word you say carries energy, and you deserve to live in the energy of peace. Start listening to yourself. Are your words soft? Are they loving? Or are they harsh and hurried? You have the power to shift everything simply by changing what you say. Speak over yourself with intention. Say, I choose words that heal and build. Let that be your daily rhythm. Before you speak, especially to yourself, pause and ask, is this loving? Is this true? Is this healing? You can begin with something as simple as this. When you wake up in the morning, instead of saying, I'm so tired, try saying, I am grateful for this new day. When you make a mistake, instead of saying, I'm so stupid, try saying, I am learning and I am growing. These small changes become powerful shifts, and over time your body, your heart, and your life will reflect that love. Take a breath with me now. Inhale calm, exhale tension. Let yourself settle into this truth. You are the author of your own vibration. You get to choose the language of your life, and every kind word you speak is a step toward healing. You are not just healing with your hands or with medicine. You are healing with your thoughts, with your words, and with your presence. Let your words be gentle raindrops on the soil of your soul, and watch what blooms. And now, my dear, I want to talk to you about something that many of us forget to practice, loving boundaries. We think of boundaries as walls, as ways to keep people out. But truly, boundaries are bridges to deeper peace. They are the gentle ways we teach others how to treat us. And they are the powerful ways we teach ourselves that our energy is sacred. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you are saying yes to something that nourishes you. Every time you step back from chaos, you are stepping toward clarity. And every time you protect your peace, you honor your worth. You may have been taught that being a good person means always being available, always saying yes, always helping no matter what. But you are not here to burn out trying to be everything to everyone. You are here to be true to your soul, and your soul needs rest. It needs space. It needs stillness. When you stretch yourself too thin, you start to lose your center. You begin to say things you don't mean, agree to things that don't feel right, and live a life that doesn't reflect your truth. That's not loving. That's exhausting. So today, I want you to give yourself permission to set soft, strong boundaries, permission to rest when you're tired, permission to say no without guilt, permission to walk away from what drains you, even if others don't understand. You do not need to explain your peace to those who have never lived in your storm. It is okay to choose silence over conflict. It is okay to say, "This does not serve me." It is okay to put your own healing first. Try this affirmation with me. It is loving to protect my energy. Let that sink into your spirit. Let it guide your choices. You are not being selfish when you take care of yourself. You are being wise. When you are full, you give from love. When you are empty, you give from lack. The world needs your light, but it also needs your wholeness. You can practice this gently each day. Place your hand on your heart, look into your own eyes in the mirror, and softly say, "I am worthy of emotional peace." Let your heart hear those words. Let it believe them. This is not about shutting the world out. It's about letting your inner world feel safe, respected, and loved. Sometimes we think warnings are restrictions, that if we are told not to share something, we are being silenced. But my dear one, let me offer a different view. These are not restrictions. They are gifts. They are invitations to hold sacred what is sacred. They are gentle reminders that not everything needs to be seen to be real, that not everything needs to be said to be powerful, and that what you protect often grows stronger in the quiet. Every don't I've shared with you is really a do. Do protect your dreams. Do honor your pain. Do give with freedom, not expectation. Do guard your spiritual life. Do trust your growth, even when others don't understand it. These are acts of self-respect. They are acts of divine wisdom. And when you live this way, you begin to feel something amazing. You feel grounded. You feel centered. You feel light. Here is a beautiful affirmation to remind you of this truth. I trust myself to know what to share and what to keep sacred. Speak that over your heart. Let it become a daily truth. Because you are wise, you are intuitive, and you already know what is meant to stay within you and what is meant to be released. Trust that knowing. You are not here to live loudly just for the sake of being heard. You are here to live deeply with intention, to speak when it is meaningful, to hold back when it is sacred, to honor your path in a way that brings you peace. That is your power. That is your beauty. And now, as we close our time together, I want you to remember this. Silence is not emptiness. It is fullness waiting to be felt. It is wisdom waiting to be honored. Let your silence become your sanctuary. Let it protect your dreams, your healing, your giving, your spirit, your growth, and your peace. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You only need to be true. Let this final affirmation carry you forward. I am safe, I am wise, I am whole. What is meant for me will never miss me. Breathe in. Feel your body relax. Breathe out. Let the truth of who you are settle gently within you. You are enough. You are growing beautifully, and you are never alone on this path. Keep walking in love. Keep trusting your inner wisdom, and let your silence speak miracles.